On quiet nights by the water, when the wind dies and the moon hangs low, they say you can hear her first, before you see her. A woman's cry, long, broken and hollow, echoing across the riverbank. This is the story of La Llorona, the weeping woman. Her tale begins in colonial Mexico. A young woman named Maria lived in a small village. She was beautiful, admired by all, and one day she caught the attention of a wealthy nobleman. They fell in love, or at least she thought they did. They had children together, but as time passed, he grew distant, ashamed of her humble roots. Eventually, he abandoned her, choosing a wealthier bride. Maria's heartbreak curdled into rage. In a fit of despair, she brought her children to the river. No one knows if it was revenge against him or madness consuming her, but she pushed them into the current. Some say she held them under. Some say she let the waters take them. When she realized what she had done, it was too late. She threw herself into the river after them. But death did not bring peace. For her crime, she was cursed, condemned to wander the earth, searching endlessly for her children, her cries marking midnight. And so, the legend was born. La Llorona's story spread quickly, whispered from village to village, until it became one of the most well-known legends in all of Latin America. It traveled north into the American Southwest, reshaping itself in each town, each river, each parent's warning to their children. They say she lingers near rivers, lakes, and canals, searching for children to replace her own. That's why parents warn their little ones, never play near the water after dark. One of the oldest accounts comes from Albuquerque, New Mexico. A family living along the Rio Grande claimed they heard sobbing outside their home late one summer night. The sound was faint at first, like a woman weeping in the distance. But soon, it grew louder, almost as though it was just beneath their window. The children, curious, peeked outside. That's when they saw her, a tall, thin woman in a white gown, her hair hanging over her face, gliding silently along the riverbank. She didn't walk like a person. Her figure drifted, as though the earth itself rejected her weight. Terrified, the children ran to their parents. At dawn, their father went outside to look. Beneath the window were small, wet footprints, pressed into the dirt. No adult tracks, no children's either, just prints that stopped suddenly at the water's edge, as if whatever made them slipped back beneath the river. Not all sightings happen by rivers. In San Antonio, Texas, a group of teenagers were driving home late at night. It was well past midnight when they crossed the old bridge, the kind with wood planks and rusty rails. In the headlights, they saw her, a woman in white standing in the center of the road. Her gown dragged across the asphalt, leaving streaks of water behind her. Her hair, long and black, hung to her face as though drenched. They swerved violently, narrowly avoiding a crash. When they pulled over and looked back, the road was empty. No woman, no footprints, no one there. But the smell of wet earth and stagnant river water filled their car, thick and suffocating. One of them swore he saw her reflection in the rearview mirror, just for a second, pale, with eyes like black pools. After that night, he refused to drive that road again. In California's Central Valley, farm workers share their own stories. One family was gathered near an irrigation canal during a late-night celebration. They laughed, played music, and told stories until someone noticed the children had gone quiet. Moments later, the sound came, soft at first, like a woman sobbing, then clearer. Ay, mis hijos. Oh, My children. The adults rushed to gather the kids, but one boy had slipped outside, drawn by the voice. He later claimed he saw a pale woman kneeling at the canal, combing her long black hair with her skeletal fingers. Her reflection rippled in the water, but her face was not her own. Empty sockets wept streams of black tears down hollow cheeks. The boy screamed. By the time the family reached him, there was no one near the canal, only rippling water, disturbed as though someone had just climbed down. That boy, now grown, still refuses to live near water. He swears she was real. And then there are the stories passed between children, whispered in classrooms and on playgrounds. In El Paso, Texas, students at a small school claimed La Llorona haunted the drainage ditches near their campus. They dared each other to walk the ditch at night. One boy accepted the challenge. When he came back, he was pale, trembling, and swore he had seen a woman in white standing at the far end of the ditch. She raised her head slowly, and where her eyes should have been, he said there were only holes. Whether or not his story was true, none of the children dared the ditch again. Some say La Llorona is more than a ghost story. She is grief personified, a warning about rage, betrayal, and the danger of unchecked despair. Others say she is real, cursed to wander the waters until the end of time, forever searching, forever weeping. But the lesson remains the same. If you hear her cries, you're already too close. If she sounds near, she is far. And if she sounds far away, she may already be standing behind you. This was Joshua Tree Encounters. Subscribe for more tales of UFOs, cryptids, and high strangeness. And remember, some stories are only legends, others are warnings.